I'm here with Dominic Bonisch, recent graduate of the Life Accelerator. Tell us about you, where you're from, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm from Rosenheim, Germany. That's next to Munich for those not familiar. And I'm an entrepreneur for now 7 years. My passion is connecting people locally. We run a network of 35 local job boards, and we want to connect those looking for a job and those having one to offer. And we believe the best way in doing so is by building local brands, for instance, Munich jobs or Hamburg jobs, because everybody resonates with the area they live in. And this is what we do. And we try to establish 100 million connections. And we're so far with 35 job boards and growing. And this is what made me my living the last years. But I'm also passionate about turning ideas into businesses and helping others do so. Because I found out nobody teaches you how to start a business, and it's often resistance holding you back, as I learned during the Life Accelerator. Yeah, and this kept me constantly looking out for the newest thing. I was on the hunt for the newest business model, for the newest habit to be successful. Yeah, and this also brought me to London Real, because you turned people into telling their knowledges, which got me hooked. And yeah, this made me in the end apply for the Life Accelerator, because I thought if all those information which is out there and available, and I would love to quote you on this, would help me right now, then I would be a billionaire with a six-pack. So it didn't turn out to be true, and I thought, okay, let's get to the secret source of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were you struggling with internally? What made you say, okay, I need to do this now with my life the way it is?
I was not able to prioritize. I wanted to have it all. And I thought there must be a super fancy, expensive, complicated way to get it done. And I was on the hunt for the newest thing that I was always hunting. I was not completing, I was always just hunting and getting new information, to an extent that I only produced new information and didn't move anywhere. And this was what finally made me apply, because the promise on the landing page was, guys, I show you the success secrets and how you can use them for your own. It's not only the knowledge, it's how to apply them and stick to them. This got me to the course.
Okay. And what's about the people around you? Like before the course, how was your peer group? How was all of that?
It was mixed, actually. I have a lot of entrepreneurs in my peer group, but they are all special. And you don't see them that often. Every one of them has their own plate full with work and with self-improvement and stuff like that. And then I have really regular guys from my local sports. I was playing ice hockey for years, and people playing ice hockey in Rosenheim, they are totally disconnected from the entrepreneurial network. It's just like the total opposite end, but they still have so much positive energy and influence on me. So I was hopping between two worlds. On the one hand side, the rural, local Rosenheim population, deeply connected to nature and to sports. On the other hand side, the open-minded, cosmopolitan entrepreneurial network from all over the world. I've been studying in Madrid, I've been working in Miami. I was really loving the international community. And I guess this blend made me special in the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And when you finally decided to join us, it was a big investment.
Yeah.
What made you say, okay, I'm in?
It was a Friday night, I can still remember, because the deadline was Friday at 12, and I came home from work and then from workout, and it was 9 in the evening, and I saw your mail, and Dominic, what's now going on? We chatted about the USP of the Life Accelerator, and I didn't move. And then I was like, okay, I just gotta fucking do it. What made me do it in the end was like, don't overthink it. Just give it a shot. And the sentence, what are you investing? You're investing in yourself, and it's the best investment I can make. And I was thinking, why should I? It's December, it's the end of the year. We had a successful year. Why should I not take a portion out of time to invest it into myself in the new year? This made me finally pull the trigger.
Okay. What do you remember of the first part of the course? You jump in, you got the private Facebook group, you got all these people from around the world. What's your first memory of that first week or two?
Oh, yeah. It was so strange talking to my cell phone. I was like, okay, how shall I do this? I really love to communicate, but when it turns out that I have to shoot the intro video, I was like, this feels so strange. And then I saw all the others doing it, and I was like, okay, they feel strange as well. And I guess I didn't get the system in the first place. I read the instructions, and then was like, okay, we have to do this, we have to do that, and it took me a while to get used to it, to get really out there and be open, to not just check off the intro video, but to be really putting your heart into it. And it made click, I would say, in week 2 or 3, when I realized it's not about, in the accountability doc, to just put it on a green status. It's about opening up and really giving everything you got and making sure these videos are inspiring the others. In the first week, I was more or less, okay, I have to do it because everybody needs 100% green score. And I was not thinking of how can I do it the best way. I was just thinking of, okay, here's an intro video, this is Dominic, have fun with it. And then in the second and the third week, I saw people like really giving all they got, and I was like, I want to be like them. I saw Alex, for instance. Alex Biggs, he was like, or George T, they are so familiar with the camera, and then you had really the feeling, hey, they must have been doing this. It's not the first time that they are shooting a video, and I realized my videos were not the best I could make them, and from that point on, I tried to give everything I got and go out the comfort zone and really, just like last night when I lost my voice in active meditation. It's not the same if you're just doing it. You have to go all in to be really, really experiencing the benefits and also the learning process.
What's your biggest win from this course? The one thing that you were like, man, this was the biggest takeaway from me.
To see the group energy transforming like 60 people at a time. Because every one of us made progress, and I could not believe that, I mean, I've never met any of those guys. We've been like talking to ourselves over the internet for 6 weeks, and it worked for really everybody who stuck to the end. And I just did not believe that this can happen. And I'm right now a really, really big believer in group energy. I just can't describe it. You have to go through the process your own. It's nothing you can film on tape or write down in an article or in a review. It's really, you either be there or not. And the group energy, for me, it was really mind-blowing.
Last night you met a lot of them for the first time.
Yeah.
What was that like?
You enter a room, you see the person you've never seen before, and you instantly want to hug them, and you feel like you've been friends for years. Yeah.
What did you struggle with on this course? What was the hard part for you?
Relationship. The relationship model was really hard. And also setting the right goals. I adjusted them 3 times, but I'm still not happy with every goal. I then made the commitment to done is better than perfect. But for instance, the relationship goal, I'm not quite sure how to set it that I can really measure it, and I really want to achieve it. It's hard to distill the why in every of those 5 areas. I have areas like for health or finance where I have a really clear, smart goal from the first day and I didn't change it, and I still feel like I goddamn want to achieve it. It makes total sense for me. But for instance, when I try to get more involved in my inner circle and to help them be the best versions of them, I still can't grab a smart goal which I really want to track every week. Am I on track or not? But I think you just get used to it during the process.
Yeah. New Year's Eve, you posted a video of who you want to be.
Yeah.
Who is Dominic going to be on New Year's Eve this year?
He's a really positive fellow. Everybody is saying, hey, where's that energy coming from? I want to talk to him about that. I will be like spreading out this message even without communicating. Everybody will see me and will say, this guy there's something magic. He's positive when I first meet him.
Say we walked outside right now, went down on the sidewalk, and we bumped into the Dominic who didn't take this course. What's that guy like?
Yeah, he would be probably on his phone, like checking some news feed he is not really interested in. And then when you hit him up, he will like give you 5 minutes of, hey, my business is doing so, blah, blah, blah. And then he didn't ask what you're doing and why we're meeting. And I guess he will run away because he has to check his news feed and get after the next big business idea. Yeah, he won't be present.
Right, because you are a successful entrepreneur, correct?
Yeah.
And yet you're trying to be even better as a person,
Yeah.
and you're looking deep inside yourself, and you're like, okay, because a lot of guys would just congratulate themselves.
Right,
I sold my company. I'm doing amazing work, but you look deeper and you want more, right?
Deep inside, I knew that I was my entrepreneurial journey. I was still learning. I never thought that I was good at it, because I think you're always growing. But because of that, I was constantly looking to get better, and it got to a point where it got basically also egoistic, where you did not know how to put your inner circle and your friends into the equation. You were always thinking, how can I be better? How can I make this company better? How can I make my employees better? I wanted really to help, but it was a very egoistic drive. And also during the Life Accelerator relationship model, I realized that I want to help others. And now I have this affirmation I say like for the last 6 weeks, that I want to build a network of mentees I help building their own first €1 million business. And this is what really gives me energy. I can see myself being in the group of those guys, and they were like, hey Dominic, you really made me do it. Because many of them have the potential, and they just don't have someone in their family or in their peer group who will give them the courage and say, just give it a shot. What's the smallest step you can take? Just give it a try. It won't hurt you. Yeah.
To someone who's listening or watching us right now, what's the one big takeaway that you got from the Life Accelerator that maybe they can use in their life? You know, you mentioned not looking at your phone, that kind of thing, but what is it?
I would say install an accountability dog and just measure it. And really, really measure it. Not just fake it. Be honest to yourself, put red lights if you don't do it, and just set a clear goal and measure it. This really works.
Yeah. And to that same person who's watching who's like, maybe I'll take an accelerator, but I'm not sure if I should or shouldn't, what do you tell them?
You can't do it on your own. I mean, 1 out of 1,000 will maybe get it done on his own, but like regular folks as I am, we need the peer energy and the peer pressure, and this is the magic source of the course. This group energy you can't buy for money. If you contribute, you get it back, and that's the way why if you're on the tip of doing it or not, you should give it a try, because you can't buy it. Yeah.
Dominic, it's been awesome having you on this course. You're a huge part of that group energy. You're coming in, you go big every single week, you know, and you struggle just like everybody else, which is natural and human. And, you know, I know on the movement thing, you were like, yeah, Brian, but I want to get back to my CrossFits. And I'm like, yeah, but you got to try a new movement practice. And it's just been awesome having you on. And I can't wait to see you on these monthly calls and to see how you inspire the team. And I know you want to give back to these entrepreneurs. So I look forward to meeting you on New Year's Eve and seeing that energy you're talking about. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm really grateful to make a contribution. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, buddy.